Hi, I'm going to tell you now about this patch that was made by Caleb Neubauer in 2012, and I think he says Neubauer. Okay, and as you see in this patch, it has the a recording device to the left here, and then we've got what are two banks that help control the play out of the buffer. And the great thing about this is that this device provides the opportunity to play sections of the buffer and to loop just one particular part of the buffer that you select using these selectors here that I'm manipulating. So that represents the length of the buffer, and then we select a portion of it to loop. Okay, so first I'll record in some sound. As you can see, the sample is 10 seconds long. So I'll record some sound. I've double-clicked on the buffer so we can see how that's going. Actually, don't need to do that because it'll appear in these representations. Okay, here we go. I'll just record something. So I can take, that was a little weird, but now I can take this device and play what it is I recorded. So I'm just doing those sections of that sound. You can see how you could make some interesting rhythmic effects. Now if I play this one over here and add it to that. Now, I don't know if I want to play that weird sound I made. No. Okay. Alright, so you can see how you might be able to play with that. But what I want to show you next is how you could take these sounds and play with it for a while, record it into another buffer, and then kick that sound out as an AIF file. I'll turn this off so you can hear. Kick that out as an AIF file that you then could take and manipulate, say, in Pro Tools or whatever you want. That's the next step I'll show you. Okay, so what I want to show is how we can take material from this buffer and then send it out to another buffer, and then make a recording of that. So we can play into a new buffer and create sort of a piece based on what we were improvising in this program. And then eventually what we can do is send an AIFF file out. So I did a little bit of pre-cooking here of some things. So here we have, again, this material that we can play. We can play portions of. Incidentally, you can also, in this program, play reverse. So I don't know what you like better. Okay, so I've got that material going. What I did was, okay, here's the sub-patch of this groove that Caleb put in here. And it has two outlets, and if I unlock this little sub-patch, we see channel 1, channel 2. So those two outlets, which correspond to this channel 1 here, the groove, patcher groove, and this channel 2, those two outlets. So what I did was I made two send objects, and coming out of those two outlets, and so it's getting a little annoying. I'm going to stop that. Okay, and so send full recording, and I did the same over here. So somewhere, of course, I'm going to have receive recording, right? To take that material, that's over here, receive recording. I put in one of these meters to see if it's working. before I went any further to make sure I had it right. And so now if you watch, yes, receive full recording, we've got the sound coming through here. Okay, and then I made a record tilde device that's linked with this other buffer, and the buffer is named recording. And how long is it? 20 seconds. I want to make a fairly long recording. So now if I turn both these on and try to get some interesting things going on, I can record 20 seconds. So let's check, and it's going to, here is the recording. I'm going to do one thing new, just one thing else. I'm going to make a clear message to that buffer because I had, just before you were listening, I had made another recording and I want to get rid of that. So if I double click on the buffer and I press clear, the buffer is now cleared and now I can make a new recording. Okay, so let's get the sound going. Say backwards and forwards. See what that does. And now I'm going to record. Okay, by now I've recorded that buffer. I can turn that off. It's 20 seconds. This is still playing because I haven't turned it off. Okay, so now I also pre-cooked another device so that I could listen to that recording before I sent it out. So here's a little groove device, as you will recognize. Now I will see if that worked. So now, none of this top area of the patch is actually operative. All that is happening is we're grooving what we recorded. Okay, so now I can attach to the buffer this message, handy message, this write AIFF. Very simple. I click on that, and I get. I'm asked where to store it, so let me just call this Caleb readout or Caleb recording. Since he made the patch, I'm going to just put it in the desktop so I can find it quickly. Okay, so now that should be placed on the desktop. The idea of finding it quickly is probably an issue. Caleb recording, there it is. So now if I open that up, it should open up in iTunes. Now we've got that recording. And we could take that recording out, of course, to Pro Tools or Peak, whatever you feel like. So you could make some material playing around with your Max Patch and export it.